Co-founder of the Bengals. There's a good look at Paul Brown Stadium on the riverfront in Cincinnati. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be second and a couple. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
On second and a couple. Mon. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is third and long. Mon going to throw it. Flush to his right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough. On fourth down, Joseph Charlton on to punt. And take it right at the 35. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go. Ready?
Throwing on second and 8. Burrow dumps it off to Mixon. Mixon with a first down and more. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Play action. It's Burrow. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. On 4th down, out comes the rookie 5th-round pick, Evan McPherson, for the Bengal field goal. This from 44 yards away. McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. that alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last two drives.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
And that's why Dalvin Cook is the Minnesota Vikings featured back. You put the ball in his hands, good things happen. Second in the NFL last year in rushing with 1,557 yards, and that's now back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons with 30 combined total touchdowns. What a player is Dalvin Cook.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Here's Mon. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Cook. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. On second down, Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. The previous run good for 9. Here's second and a yard. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. A give. This is Cook. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Cook escapes the defender. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
But Cook getting the call there on first down as he works his way forward for a nice gain of 5.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
2nd and 5 now. Mon. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. Touchdown. Adam Thielen. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Brandon Wilson to return it. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Eight yards to go on 2nd down.
Here we go. 180.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And this, incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Buying time to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game, because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
We call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Cook following the penalty. Able to avoid him at the 40. Big skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. 50 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Left side, Cook. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Now Mond. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Up to make the play there defensively, Von Bell, leading tackler in Cincinnati last year. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Bond looks to throw. James has got it. Complete. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And this is going to be incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Mike Zimmer's made his decision, and that decision is to try and go for this thing on 4th down. They'll run for it. Cook. And he is not going anywhere. Neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal.
They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. Lambeau on for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
14, Bengals 3. Josh Lambeau set to kick off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Burrow now off the bootleg. Sliding out of the pocket. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
It's 3rd and 10.
11.
On 3rd down, Burrow. That is caught. It's Uzomah. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon, and he's going to get this inside the 30. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Bengals get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is down to 4. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. Mond's throw complete there to Smith. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
At the 29-yard line.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Mond out of the shotgun. Flushed out right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. Well, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick, and the Bengals are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. Now a good running play here to start the drive. That'll net them 14 yards as they pick up the first. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. A gutsy call there. Yates at the locker room with a lead. Tried the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They were already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2nd down at 4.
Big 13. Big 13.
They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts, because he definitely needs some assistance.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now it's Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. To Mixon on the check down. Mixon hit, and the ball is out. And the Vikings pick up the football.
Yeah, it's on.
And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. Lambo to add on the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10.
Makes the score Vikings 21, Bengals 10.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They will throw on first down with Burrow.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Rolling to his right. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. A handoff to Mixon. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
Here's Burrow. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
And Tyler Boyd's one of those guys that seems to fly under the radar, but he finds ways to get open, and he has nice hands. He's averaged right around 80 catches a year his last 3 seasons.
Jet sweep, Boyd with it. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Burrow looking to pass. Eluding the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now it's Burrow. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance, so that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Mond looks to throw on first down. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
They go play action with Burrow. He's got his man. That's Sample, the tight end.
Drew Sample was a second-round pick in 2019, and the Bengals would sure love to see his role increase with Joe Burrow at quarterback.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. It's Mixon on the counter, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Burrow will throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Bengals are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. They'll let Mixon try and run it in. And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. He'll be dropped at the 30. With a shifty move, got him a couple extra on the play. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Mond going to throw it. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. So a nice throw there. And, CD, I have to think you've been impressed with what you've seen thus far here in his debut.
Now, you know me well. I have been impressed because what I've seen is him starting to understand how to play the game in a short amount of time. The dazzling plays, they'll come with experience. But right now, we're seeing him handle the game, make all the smart plays, and the right reads.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Mond swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
A nice completion there for the first down. And Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week one. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day one.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Cook now off the read option.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. The kick by Lambeau is good. And with that, they will move out in front by 3.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
From the 29,
Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon.
and he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
56 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Now Joe Mixon. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10.
Burrow's throw into the hands of Sample.
And down inside the 15 he goes. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Now the defense is going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Here's a run with Mixon, and he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Mixon trying to punch it in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here's Burrow. Flush to his right. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. C.J. Uzomah there to make the grab. And the Bengals are going to jump back in front.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that will make this a 4-point game.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. James has got it. Complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now Cousins. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Cousins to throw. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Von Bell.
And the Bengals have just about sewn up this football game.
They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. And just how they envision the start of the season, kneeling it down, defense can't stop the clock. This one's a winner.
You know, it's really strange. I think a lot of people think that the kneel-down practice stuff really only happens like one time a week. The best teams I know, they practice it starting back in OTAs. They want them to visualize winning a game and how great that feels, and they got it done in this one.
Yep, a knee gets them to 1-0. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.